You can get away with quarter, 3/8, and half, but you're going to take your bites going from 10 bites in a day by putting on a 5/16 and getting 13 bites a day. It's that specific. If you want to be a good steward of the game, you need that whole gamut of them. So then you got swim baits that are going to need a bigger motor. I briefed on that a little bit. There's some of them that are going to take a little bit heavier. You're going to deal with wind. How many of y'all know wind is a big factor? So swim baits, being very specific in your head is a huge, huge thing you have to get into your arsenal. You know, a lot of success is built on, you know, having the right speed. Swim baits, you have to have the right speed with a swim bait. How many of y'all know that if you just vary your retrieve, you can trigger them? How many of y'all have seen videos? I want to tell you about this, and this is why these swim bait heads, I put realistic eyes on them. How many of y'all have seen videos? So think about this. You've seen those underwater cameras where bass or fish come up in behind it, and they're looking, and they come back, and then they're checking it out, and then they come back, and then you see them charge it, and they're getting teased the whole time. And think about it. We're just reeling. It's just like a little shad. They have time to investigate it. They have time to be teased. They have time. They're looking at the tail. They're looking at the end, and they're the whole time. And then all of a sudden, you see them on that camera go, you know what? It might be real. Right? And you got him. That's what's happening down there with the swim bait. And you better be on your P's and Q's on a swim bait. There are so many times where they can mouth that thing and and to let you know, all of them have Gamakatsu hooks in it. I don't play around. I'm not going China. I'm not going Japan. I'm not going whatever junk hook there is. Gamakatsu, swim bait world, I can't tell you, and I feel that I can feel a bass bite. But when I throw it out there, I can't tell you how many times I feel like an idiot where I'm just like, oh yeah, I got a bite. Never felt it. I get him in the boat. What am I saying? Thank you, Gamakatsu. And they don't even sponsor me. Owner makes some great hooks, and there's a lot of great hooks, but the heads that I built are specifically for 4.3, 3.8, and 3.3. Built for that world, specifically. Right size hook, right size everything. So let's talk about, we talked about paddle tails. You got a picture up here on straight tails. Yeah, just leave it right there. Straight tails, I have seen situations where I have ramsacked them on a straight tail and a paddle tail does nothing. I don't know. Don't ask me to give you a logical reason behind it. A lot of fishing is, a lot of fishing, I can be dogmative about some things. Like, we'll never come to the full understanding of bass fishing. We can only assume things. Everything is happening out of our sight. I can't tell you everything that bass is doing, how he's reacting to my jerkbait. I can't tell you any of that. We have to go on assumptions, so I can never be dogmative. But when it comes to selecting, when it comes to an underspin, I like a straight tail. I do. I like a straight tail. Do I put some of the paddle tails on a underspin? I have, but when it comes to a underspin, I like a straight tail. There's times when I literally will break the boot tail off of like a 3.8, especially with, I know this is off topic, but it's dealing with action. Like for a chatterbait, I'll take a 3.3 or 3.8 on a chatterbait. I'll thread it on a chatterbait. First thing I'm doing is ripping the tail off of it. It is unbelievable action that you have without a boot tail on a chatterbait. And most of the time on a chatterbait, if you're using a boot tail for a chat or swim jig, whatever, you have an arched back and the boot tail kicks up, and at a slow speed it never works anyways. But if you're wanting a chatterbait trailer, you can use swim bait trailers that are designed, pull the boot, just literally pull the boot right off of it, not cut it, but you actually leave that V, and it really does a lot of action because of the searching motion of a chatterbait.
It's Mike Iaconelli. This is Bass U TV.
Here's what's awesome about Bass U TV.
You get the top instructors.
You will learn things at Bass U that you will learn nowhere else.
We take the mystery and the myths out of bass fishing.
Real tools that help you catch more fish consistently.
At Bass U TV, shoes are optional.
And I like turtles.
And that's why you want to check out Bass U TV.
Join the Bass U family.
Welcome to Bass U TV.